Ready, so let's get started. Business had been slow at my detective agency. 5 years and not a single client. I was beginning to think it was time to take up a new line of employment. Suddenly, everything changed. Today's story is entitled Sam Spud and the Case of the Maltese Fly. And it is subtitled, Once Again the Master Sleuth Triumphs Over the Forces of Evil and an IQ of 38. And it is taken from the book by Patrick McManus, which is called Into the Twilight Endlessly Grousing. It's a pretty endless title, isn't it? Nevertheless, I hope that you enjoy it. It was one of those gray, dismal February mornings with tedium hung in the air like smog. Suddenly, the door burst open. A gentleman stood there, glancing about, crazed look on his face. Something I can do for you, Bud?
I'm sorry, I thought this must have been a men's restroom.
It is the men's restroom. What the rents would I can afford?
Fred, you're Sam Spud, aren't you? I hear you're a private eye.
What can I do you for?
Well, first of all, my name is Elmo Bigglesworth.
Well, I'm very sorry. But I can't help you there.
It's not a name, it's my wife. She's disappeared.
Aha!
What do you mean? Aha.
Nothing. It's just a common private eye expression. So your wife's disappeared, huh? I deduce you want me to find and return it to you. Well, I get $50 a day plus a small deposit for return.
But I don't want to return. If you'll just shut up for a moment, I'll explain.
Bigglesworth then related a sordid tale, so long and boring that, I went out for lunch. I'm in the middle of it. Now, when I returned, Bigglesworth was just into the summary. Now, as far as I could make out, Bigglesworth suspected that his wife had eloped with either the milkman or the postman. Possibly both. Now, I deduced the milkman as the probable perp on account of the note Bigglesworth had found. It was in his wife's handwriting and read, 2 pints of skim milk, a quart of fat-free cottage cheese in my bags are packed and in the trunk of the car. Fat-free cottage cheese. Woman was vicious! But here was the kicker. The culprit had also made off with the Maltese Fly. A Maltese Fly?
Yes, the Maltese fly fishing fly. Now, as you probably know, it was one of the last works of the great flight years, Leonardo Maltese. It's priceless, man. I'm going to pay anything for its return.
Anything for its return, huh? Did I mention I get $1,000 a day plus a large deposit for returns, huh? Ah, I see you brought photographs. So this is the milkman. Let's see. Mustache, mean little eyes. Muscular build, obviously a dangerous character, and... Pardon me? It's not a photograph of the milkman. It's a photo of your wife. was the Maltese Fly. With your spouse coming in a distant second and possibly only for the heavy lifting.
There is, however, the chance that a milkman had no idea of the worth of the Maltese Fly and merely scooped it up with the rest of my fishing tackle. In that case, he managed to try to fish with it and release Bulky out of the curse.
The curse?
Yes, the curse. It's terrible. Anyone who actually tries a fish with the Maltese Fly will instantly have all of their skin fall off.
Instantly have all their skin fall off. I'll take the case.
Well, what's on your schedule, Sam?
My schedule. Dust and a dead fly. Luckily for you, Figglesworth, I've had some recent cancellations. And I'm free to take up your case immediately. Figglesworth departed. I slipped into my detective garb and headed for the door. Now my only problem was to find the milkman. One Rupert Holstein. As logic dictated, my first stop was the local dairy. A receptionist showed me into the office of the manager, a Mr. Jack Hammer. Jack Hammer. Jack Hammer. A large and obviously irritable man.
And you are?
Spud's the name, and danger's my game, excluding anything remotely life-threatening. I'm looking for Holstein.
Well, you're going to the right place. We do have a Rupert Holstein.
A Rupert Holstein?
That is his car.
His car?
The black and white painted to resemble a Holstein cow.
A Holstein cow. 5 minutes later. We're slouched down in my own car, watching. It was getting dark. Suddenly, Holstein emerged from the dairy and disappeared into the darkness. Before dawn the next morning, I had Holstein's house under close surveillance. He stuck his head out of the door and paid no notice of the snowman that had mysteriously appeared in his yard overnight. He went back inside. Super dared to dive in his fishing duds and carrying the fly rod. He got into his car and drove off. Today was not my lucky day. Perhaps not all that surprising, since my last lucky day was in 1953. By the time I shed my disguise, Holstein was long gone, but he'd by no means outfoxed me. I immediately suspect the best fishing hole on the Blythe River. There he was, just as I suspected. Then, all at once, scrambled off into a wooded area. But if he thought he could shake me off the stale Maltese way, he was badly mistaken. 30 minutes later, I pulled into a farmer's barnyard. But enough about that. Thinking Holstein had finally given me the slip, I decided there was only one thing left to do. So I returned to the river and unpacked my fly rod. Now, I was about to cast when suddenly I noticed another fisherman standing no more than a dozen feet from me. Holstein. Aha! I leapt over the brush and stayed his arm in mid-cast. For there, tied to his tippet, was none other than the Maltese Fly. Stop! Milkman! You're about to release a curse! I'm about to release a curse! You're right about that! And, then he did release a curse. It was pretty bad, too. Although nothing compares with the curse of the Maltese Fly. I finally managed to wrest the rod from his hand, send him whimpering on his way. It felt good. I'd actually solved my first case. But just then, I noticed a nice rainbow hanging behind a rock no more than 10 feet from shore, well within my range. Without thinking, I cast